right, and welcome to the latest episode of The Last Resort with Chris and Joe. Mm-hmm. This is episode 7, and today is the 25th. Joe.
Yeah, I'm Joe.
You're Joe. Who's our guest today?
Our guest is Cash Morgan.
Hello.
Yes, the infamous, the famous. Wait, this is what?
Yeah. I'm not just famous. I'm
infamous as well. Been trying to get Cash on for a while.
Not just famous, he's infamous.
Yes.
Yeah, it has been. There was quite a bit of contact trying to get me on here.
Yeah.
And luckily, I had the day off, and I called yesterday to set this up.
The best part is when you texted me, I was going, fuck. I need to find someone for Friday. And then you texted me like, I'm off, it's on.
And this whole time I thought Goldie was on task doing his job, and turns out he was saved.
Yes, I really was.
Saved by the cash.
This is what happened. I was at home.
Hey, guess what? I got cash. I got cash to kill.
I was like, oh, wow, that's amazing.
You had to pull some strings for me, but I got it done.
Yeah, I take it all back. Yeah, so Joe, I'm awesome and got cash.
Yeah.
No, so the best part is I get the text because I'm sitting there going like, fuck, who am I going to get? I got to get people. Like, this is going to be a pain in the ass finding someone to come in on Friday. And then Cash texts me, and I go like, fuck yeah, I have Cash. And Jasmine, you don't know Cash, that's my girlfriend. Jasmine goes,
I haven't met her yet.
What do you mean you got cash? You mean as in you need to get cash? Like,
I just won the lotto.
I'm like, no, the person Cash. Oh, you don't know who he is. But he does spell his name, C-H-S-H. What did I say?
Just like the green
in fact,
stuff.
on my phone, all he is just the money symbol.
The dollar sign.
I know that he has a shirt that just has the money sign on it.
Yep. Special occasions.
Yeah.
I wear like
weddings,
like Laverne.
Weren't you?
L, like
I just remember that when we went to Hollywood Babylon, which was awesome, and I got to tell that story before we start in a second.
Okay, go ahead. Because when we get to the pictures and the shirt, it'll all tie in. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Joe, we're getting ready to leave, right? Because Joe's driving. Cash is driving because it's my birthday. And
hold on. When we got there, we took a wrong turn somewhere, but ended up on like the
following my instructions.
The back side of the place we were going to. Uh-huh. So we didn't end up in the main parking lot. We ended up parking like behind the building, right? Where it turns out, go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So, well, one, we kind of missed the turn partly because we were making fun of the fact that in the mid-north,
it was the north of the south.
Yeah, where the north. Yeah, where the north
northern
of the,
southern California.
They have convenience stops called Come and Go.
Oh yeah. We're just saying
spelled K-U-M.
That's over in just east of us. I don't think it's the Midwest, but it's in Wyoming. My wife is from Wyoming. But yes, there's convenience stores all over called the Come and Go.
So we were riffing on that, and because of it, we missed a turn. I forgot to tell a turn.
It's not C-O-M-E. It's C or it's
K-U-M.
Right.
The Come and Go.
Right.
And I talked about how if I was rich, I would pay money to have people put on another
Just
O.
add an O.
They were probably
every one of them.
They were probably originally whorehouses that
that just transferred over.
Yeah, they sold like refreshments and things like that, and then they were like, why don't we just sell refreshments? We could probably
let's cut out the whores.
We could probably have more. We could probably have more.
Yeah,
of these all over the place
they probably took off the O.
Exactly. And then, so as you can see, you can understand how I missed telling Cash.
I understand nothing when it comes to you.
Yeah. I because we were riffing on that, I missed the turn.
Right.
So because of it, we parked him back. But I want to go back to the beginning because
story.
because as we're leaving, Cash's wife says, "You're gonna wear that?"
Yeah. Like about my shirt with the dollar sign on it.
She judges you. I've noticed.
It's just like laughing, and she goes like, "No, that's fine.
That's what you want to do."
And to the point of like the whole time, Cash is like, What do you think? Should I not wear the shirt? I mean,
the whole time down. I mean, I like it, but her thing too was that it was going to be really hot. And so
that was like
it's
you'll
a polyester shirt, and it's short sleeve,
right.
and I got a wife beard, I can open it. But so here's the thing: afterwards, we went to leave after the show.
Right.
And ended up, since we parked in the back, we ended up getting pictures with both Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman.
Right.
Now, here's the rub.
Oh, there's rubbing involved.
I wore the shirt because it has the $sign on it.
Right.
In all the pictures, I'm standing on the wrong side.
So you can't see it?
So the $sign is covered up by the middle person. like Kevin Smith is covering it up in the one and Ralph Garman's covering it up in the other one. Like I should have been on the other side so that the $sign and it the flash would have hit like the $sign too and like lit it up, but
I didn't. Oh wow! I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, all that. Like that was the first. Like in the days afterwards, when I looked at the pictures,
You're like,
I was like,
son of a bitch!
Shit! That was my moment to have it like out there. You know.
That's when you could have gone to Carrie and go like, see?
Yeah, exactly.
See?
But
this is why.
But then I couldn't. You know. Then I was like, it's just a picture.
And even
Kevin Smith.
and even Kevin Smith favorited our photo. He said,
he did.
He said he said I had a cool shirt.
Well, and the cool thing too was like we took the first picture and
it was all black.
The light was like on at our backs, so you couldn't really see us. And Kevin Smith was like, "Hey, you guys don't want to use that picture. Like, let's turn around. let's turn around." So we're this way. So yeah,
it was really cool.
It was cool.
That was a really really weird day for me, Cash. and here's why. Oh, by the way, Cash just can I hold on.
You can say whatever you want about me.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm an open book. Baby.
So Cash. So we're outside waiting for it, and Cash is just smoking a blunt.
Oh yeah, I took about 6 joints
out in the middle. Like we get there, and he sees that someone's smoking pot in the car next to us. So he goes up to him and goes like, "Hey, you guys want a joint?"
Yeah, I was handing them out.
Like, he's just handing them out like candy. He's like, hey, little boy, you want one?
Wait, there's children there?
You in the red shirt. Hey, you want one of these?
So afterwards, like, we're just chilling around because I tell him like, hey, you know what? I just kind of want to chill. What you don't know is that my grandma died that morning.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I say it's like it was a really, really weird day for me. I
didn't know that.
Yeah, like I got told about 11 o'clock in the morning and she died that morning. And I was like, well, I have plans. So I had this really weird...
Look, you guys are going to have to deal with this because I got to go see 2 guys talk about anal sex for a couple hours.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, now, granted, my grandma wouldn't have wanted me not to go. Like, in our family, death is not in that way. Like, we try not to mourn. We try to celebrate their life. So my grandma would have wanted me to go.
Wants us? What's going on?
Was there...
Open it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, I was just wondering who let you in.
Kevin Palkey from the downstairs theater.
Okay, just making sure because
it's
supposed to be locked and Mark's not here. So
we're good friends with Mark and
I have no problem. I just want to make sure, like, as I'm walking by and hear you guys talking, want to make sure it's all.
Oh yeah.
I know you guys have seen you around. So big deal.
We had headphones too. We didn't hear the door knock.
Yeah, we're going like.
No problem. I'm sorry if I messed up your recording.
Oh no, it's all good.
Okay,
I'll just have
a good day.
Thank you for having us have a good day.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about that again.
Yeah. I was waiting for when that would finally happen. And then me go like, you don't know who the fuck I am?
Yeah, I know. Don't they have statues of us here right now?
It looked like that was about to happen, Chris. I swear. Palkey let us in.
Oh, yeah.
It's all on the up and up, I swear to God.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. Okay, so getting back to where it was. So, yeah.
Celebrate life.
We celebrate life. So, you mean like one of my cousins had her homecoming that night and she wasn't going to go, and what she did instead was painted her nails black because we just, it's just the way it is. We celebrate life. So it was a really...
That's how your family does it? You paint your nails black?
Yes, I painted my nails black.
Huh. I was wondering why you painted them.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a really weird day. So it was going through, and we're going down there, and I didn't tell Cash because I didn't want him to. I didn't tell anyone at all. So it was this really weird day, and then like Cash goes like starts giving out blunts everywhere, and then starts like afterwards he's smoking just out in the open, just out in the open, and I'm like, are you really gonna smoke like that? It's like what? He goes like. He pulls out. He's like, I got my card.
Yeah,
I don't think it covers that.
That's exactly what it covers. That's when I needed to medicate because of my condition.
Yeah,
and, if anybody rolled, I'm legal. I'm
like, what?
I'm not driving.
I can see. Well, you were.
He's not driving like that.
Yeah, and at this moment, I'm not.
Yeah, and so I just look at him going like, so what you're saying is if a cop rolls up right now and he goes, are you really smoking a blunt? You go like, got my card. And then he'll go like, you want one?
I offered because I had him smoking when Kevin Smith came out.
Yeah,
and like and I wasn't gonna put it out, And so we're talking the whole time we're talking to him. I'm smoking this thing, and like when we took the picture, I offered a hit, but I knew he wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
He's said several times that he's not gonna take something from just somebody off the street.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I just wanted to chill. I just want to be here. So that's how we ended up meeting and getting a picture with Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman, who Cash sucked his dick, Ralph Garman. And then I dickedly said exactly that. And afterwards, I was like, oh, man, I really like Ralph Garman. Why was I such a dick?
I did. I washed his balls in front of his wife. I was like, awesome. I was doing everything short of bowing down to him.
You changed radio.
I did. I was like, nothing for nothing, but like, yeah, he did. To me and in my.
We talked about it. I agree. Yeah. I completely agree. I felt like I couldn't after that. I couldn't say like, man, I love you too. I couldn't say that. I had to point out.
I think you're cool too, man.
Back to the middle.
Yeah, so what I did was I ended up being a dick, and I was like, oh man, Ralph Garman thinks I'm a dick now. And then I was like, but it's okay if I ever meet him, I'll tell him that, and if he remembers, I go like, well, yeah, my grandma died that morning, so I have it out.
It was a dark time for me.
Yeah.
I have it out. I'm like,
well, Chris got his. They read his email too.
Yeah.
Like during the show, and so Ralph remembered us at the end.
Yeah,
when he met us.
Hey, that's you. Those are you guys, right?
Yeah.
What was your email?
Just thanking Cash. That's what.
Because I got him the tickets.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I drove down there.
Yeah.
And I brought all the weed, apparently.
Yeah, and he did. Yeah, you did bring all the weed. And I just remember
you were expecting Goldie to bring some too.
I bring all the weed.
He brought all of it.
All the weed in Southern California. I brought it all.
I just love the fact. Weren't you smoking it like as we were walking at one point? To the venue, like it's just everywhere. You're like, whatever. And you'd pull out this wad. It was this one. It wasn't even like an actual. I found out it's not an actual card. It's like a whole bunch of paper. So it's long. It's a long form paper that he'd pull out of his front pocket, Joe, and he'd be like, "That's my card."
Yep. I'm good.
Yeah, it was good times. It was a lot of fun. We should do it again.
Yeah, we definitely need to do it again.
Go to Hollywood.
Maybe I'll come this time.
I like that it was that the place we went to wasn't their normal place.
Yeah, we would have never been able.
Yeah, we never talked to him and never hung out afterwards if it was at the Lovitz.
Yeah,
it was only because of where it was that they had to go outside, where
the stalkers are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Joe, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to?
Nothing.
Playing video games and a little bit of school. Kind of biding my time, waiting to hear from colleges.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really that exciting.
Yeah. You kind of brought it down. Cash.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Well, our company, CNC Productions.
I know them.
Yeah, you guys done some work. Selena Amarek, check it out on YouTube.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that.
Right.
Every once in a while, that gets some hits somewhere along the line.
Oh, it's up there. It's in the thousands. I think I want to say like
Is it?
up in the 3,000s? I think hits altogether. But we were doing the better part of I guess not last year, but the year prior. So I guess 2011. We did a lot of murder mysteries at the local historical landmark Fox Theater
In Redlands,
California.
California.
Yep. 123 Cajon.
Let's give the full address.
Yeah, 92373. But on 178. I swear it was up there.
Oh, how many views it has?
It's near 3,000.
Yeah, 2936.
Wow, really?
So
Being on that blog must have really bumped it up.
Now,
I think.
Now,
that's
do you
what
have it on your YouTube also?
Mine?
Oh, I see. You made it Funny or Die.
Yes.
Funny or Die only has
I don't-
175.
I put it on Funny or Die.
It,
I don't
It
remember.
says from JD Army. Your
Yeah, my handle.
every time that I've been with somebody had him watch that, the two parts in the trees and the headlamp of the scooter.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, that's a great shot.
And
Batman sitting on the couch just with the beer in his hand.
I love that.
That is everybody's favorite.
Yeah,
that's the part where they just bust out.
It's why I wanted it at the end. I'm like, man, this is just hilarious. Batman sitting on the couch drinking a beer.
So okay, and but we took a break for almost a year, but we're back now. We have a new show, dinner and a show that's going to be there at the Fox. We went back to the Fox. We had a falling out over certain things. We signed new contracts and new understandings. So
New understandings.
yeah, so we're back and that. And then I joined an improv group that didn't have any players. But at the first meeting, everybody had other stuff to do, so it turned into kind of a sketch writing group. But they have a few little sketches online, but they want to start a web series. Mm-hmm. So we kind of wrote a few sketches and got about three or four more that we're going to film.
Have they performed anywhere?
Well, the improv group has performed at the Fox.
Oh, it's okay.
I think I know who you're.
It's Chris Kuhn.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know Chris Kuhn.
Okay, so Chris. And
I was going to join that, but I didn't have the time.
Well, Chris and his friend James. Founded Shea Dynasty. That's the theater.
Yeah.
Well, they brought me in as a third. So basically,
Gotcha.
The three of us are the
Dynasty
board members, or
whatever,
like
the originals,
the high ups.
Yeah,
So. And Chris is thinking about holding auditions again to get some new people, and so we'll go forward with it.
What for the improv or
for the improv? So, but now that the improv isn't going, we've been writing sketches on Wednesdays.
Cool.
And we have a few that we were talking before we were recording here. I started to say they have a pretty new good camera. They have boom mics and they have lights and like regular shop lights, but they do have some reflectors.
Yeah,
Good start.
So they have probably most important, they have a few locations. That let them shoot.
Yeah,
nice.
One is a bar and a restaurant, which we have this sketch that we just wrote. That I think in a couple weeks we're going to shoot it. It's basically the birthday songs at restaurants when you go to a restaurant and have a birthday song, but completely out of hand. By the end, Darren will be there doing backflips.
Wow.
There's going to be a human train of sorts. People on fire, possibly.
Wow.
But yeah, it just goes over the top. But they, as I was saying, they have locations. They have a place where they can shoot that, and
which is good.
So
that's hard. That kind of stuff is hard to come by.
Yeah.
We
know from experience.
Yeah, when you have to scrounge for all that, it a lot of times it almost it takes the wind out of the initial, like, the thought and the the fun of it.
Yeah. So did you meet them through the Fox or?
Well, yeah, I met Chris through the Fox, and then he was in our Christmas show.
Oh, okay.
He was the elf.
Right.
Oh fuck! I knew him from somewhere.
Yeah, but I
don't think he understood how much we actually did know each other.
Yeah, well, because he was working there when we did the first couple of shows there. So I think he was like probably working some of the nights that you guys did the lights and sound for the very first show.
No, because I remember that I wanted to go over some of like the one of the light cues with him.
Yeah. So
that's what you've been up to.
Yeah, that's about it.
Good times.
That's
very cool.
It. Like had a pretty lax, end of the year last year, so gearing up and like just filling up the plate.
Makes sense. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to video games.
Video games.
Yeah, we don't have an intro for it. We don't have an actual title for it. But
up, A, down, left, right, B, X. Video games. There's your intro.
In the latest Assassin's Creed, there's an Easter egg that involves you putting in the Konami code up, down, left.
Really?
Right. Yeah, and what it does is you do it in front of this turkey, and it gives the turkey an assassin's hood. So it's an assassin turkey.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So one thing they did right.
Yeah.
So you're playing the new Assassin's Creed?
I finished it.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
This is the new one that's in the Civil War?
The Revolutionary War.
The Revolutionary.
Yeah. I've talked about it a little bit, or maybe a lot, I don't know, in the past 2 episodes, I guess. So I'm all done now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say my final thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're done with the game, not done with talking about it.
Yeah.
Yes. There is a difference.
I felt the game started out just as fine as any of the other Assassin's Creed games. I was just as interested, but by the end of the game, like, it just kind of fizzled out. I felt that a lot of their plot lines just kind of ended up being anticlimactic by the end. And this was probably the glitchiest of all the Assassin's Creeds. The last one, Revelations, was also a little bit glitchy. But this one, there was a lot of weird things. Before I had mentioned that there was people, like I killed somebody and then 2 people just magically appeared.
Just like out of nowhere.
And then I don't remember if I mentioned it last time, but there was another glitch where I had to save one of my convoys, and I don't remember if I mentioned it during the show or if it was before the show.
Oh, good point.
I had to save one of my convoys, and when I got there, I killed all of the British soldiers that were attacking my convoy, and then all of my soldiers that were supposed to be protecting the convoy, they just sort of stood there. And they were like just waiting for more British soldiers or something. And there was a little counter on the upper left of the screen saying how many soldiers I had killed, and it said 0. And so the only thing I could do was just walk away from my convoy and let the game think that I abandoned it.
Did you go back?
It was sort of like It wasn't like a regular memory sort of thing. It's something that can happen in the game.
Oh, okay.
I would have had to have built another convoy.
And you didn't want to do that.
I didn't want to do that. It was already a very kind of like a not interesting mechanic in the game to begin with.
You're like, I'll do it once just to try it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm a bit disappointed. All the previous Assassin's Creeds, by the end of it, I'm like going, oh, I can't wait. It's going to happen next on the next one. This one, I'm kind of like, I'm done. In fact, in Assassin's Creed Revelations, the one before 3, the main character, Ezio, he kind of he kind of goes like, you know what? I'm done with this. I don't want to know what this is all about.
Oh, really?
And I kind of feel like I'm with Ezio on this. So I'm done with it.
I'd like to say now, I'd like to come back after, I believe it's March. Beginning of March, Tomb Raider comes out, the new Tomb Raider. Again,
the one with rape.
My daughter.
Now with more rape. Right? There's not
well,
really
it
rape
wasn't
in
rape.
it.
It was like the potential of rape.
Yeah.
Sometimes the potential of rape is worse than the rape itself.
I'm gonna go with no. It's the actual rape is always worse. That's what I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
My daughter and I have always
gone through the Tomb Raiders.
We played every single one, so we're excited about this one coming out, and we'll burn through it pretty quick, probably.
Yeah. Man, I haven't played a Tomb Raider.
I got. I got Autumn for Christmas. I got her all of the Tomb Raiders that were on Steam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had them for all of them were like $20
on Steam.
Steam, you don't know what Steam is? It's taking over the world.
It's
me.
A game market on the computer.
Yeah. On
so
PCs, Macs, and Linux now.
It's like an app store.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Steam, like Steam.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it was originally created by Valve, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still owned by Valve, right?
Yeah.
So that's
you
why
just buy games.
Yeah.
That stream.
No. You download them onto your computer.
Oh, okay.
But like maybe 3 or 4 times a year they have like a massive sale, and so you can get a bunch of games for really cheap, and I've bought a crazy ton of games from Steam that I have not played.
I
just got them because they were on sale.
Yeah, I have like 58 games on Steam.
I think I have like 73.
Yeah, and I've played maybe 10 of them.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and like I have 18 on my favorites, and on my favorites I've only played like 4. It's Steam is.
How do you know they're your favorite?
Because I
love this game I've never played.
I love this game. Well, because it's just a way of me of the way these are the games I really want to play that I want to get to. So it's under my favorites, but it doesn't
really
necessarily mean.
I love that.
Yeah, like for example, like the one with the dark with the kids all in shadows.
Oh, Limbo.
That's on my favorites. I haven't played it yet.
I see.
But I want to make sure that I get to it, so it's always there for me. But instead, what I do.
How many times have you grabbed the controller, gone over your favorites, like, but not today.
Every.
Yeah, same thing on the Xbox Live.
Yeah, I can't wait to play this game, but not today. Not right now.
What I'm stuck on right now is FTL still. That's in fact what I'm going to talk about. FTL.
Again.
I've played it so many times now that I decided that so what happens in the game is a force is you're trying to stay ahead of the enemies as you're going through these systems to get to your base so that you can tell them the weakness of your enemies. So you only have a certain amount of time in each system. And I got yeah, and
so is that what is FTL, Future Timeline?
Faster than light.
Okay.
They jump like
fuck
in
the Limbo.
Fuck that Limbo. Yeah, so I finally decided that I was tired of having to worry about the rebels coming after me. So I downloaded
scum.
I downloaded a new patch that negates them. So now I play FTL, and I'd go through every single planet in each system because there's things that I need to do. I want to get every achievement for it, and it's just easier to do it this way. And I've beat it a whole bunch of times.
So it's a Star Wars game?
No, it's an independent game. It's an indie game that someone made. It's really good.
Hey, did you hear about that? Sorry.
Right. that J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, well, we can.
Oh,
put
yeah,
that,
yeah.
We can put
Right.
that into like news, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
can totally put that in news.
We'll come back to
We'll
it.
save
we'll
it.
come back to it. Yeah.
We're gonna tack that, thumbtack it.
So the other game that I wanted to talk about was it's called Dust and Elysian Tale. It's available on Xbox Live, and it's a side-scrolling action RPG game, kind of in the vein of the Metroid, Castlevania side-scroller exploration game.
And looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks well. Okay, so that's one thing I want to talk about. The in-game gameplay graphics look absolutely amazing. The character animations for cutscenes and stuff like that is probably on the level of a really crappy cartoon.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you put so much work into the... what?
Well, I mean, part of it is just the matter of scale and stuff like that. And another thing is that there's nothing really to write home about with the designs. Like, all of it's very kind of like generic anime animals.
Oh, okay.
And like at the end of the game, my girlfriend Autumn, she was the end of the there's a scene at the end of the game that's supposed to be kind of like sad and emotional, but Autumn was like, "Oh, it just looks too adorable."
Oh God, I can't cry.
They all have like big eyes and things like that. So the game was made by essentially one person. There's voices in the game, so obviously those were other people, and the music was made by another person. But this was made by pretty much just one person over the course of 3 years.
Wow, it took him 3 years.
Yeah. And it's a pretty amazing achievement. Like, the gameplay's pretty good. The combat's pretty fun. Like, you have this move that you spam a lot, but it's just fun to do. It makes you fly all around the screen to attack enemies. If there's one downside to it, it doesn't really lend itself to boss battles. So the boss battles tend to be just, enemies with a lot of health. So there's nothing really interesting about the boss battles. Also, the game does feel a little bit short. But I mean, on the list of like how bad something could be in a game, that's pretty small
low
fries. Yeah. I mean, what's there is fun. I do and it left me wanting a little bit more.
Hopefully there'll be a 2.
Yeah.
Cash, I hear you just you've been playing Hitman.
Absolution.
Yeah,
Absolution?
Hitman
Absolutely.
the newest one. Just started it. It's fun. I played 2, but I didn't play Blood Money, which was the last one. Not that you really need the story to kind of fill you in. There's so there, and again, I don't know if this was in Blood Money. The first place I saw this kind of technology or way to do things was in Arkham City. Batman could do like this thing where he turned on sonar. So you kind of do the same thing. There's like a meter that you can fill up, and you have like assassin's sense. Mm-hmm. And so, you can detect who's walking through or your target, or, see things around a corner or whatever. And it has a feature, like as you're learning your skills as you go through the game, where you can, if you have multiple targets in front of you, you can hit that assassin sense and then quick target on kill shots, release it, and it'll take care of like all the multiple targets that are in front of you. Mm-hmm. The only downside of that is like you have to have that meter has to be full, or you can't use it, or you'll try using it and you'll start it and you won't get to the last person and it'll just let it go, and then you'll end up getting shot. So it's a fun feature, and again, I'm probably not even a third of the way through with it. I just started it.
Have you reached the sexy nuns yet?
There's sexy nuns?
There's
Speaking of porn,
there was a few nuns. I could see where the sexy ones would come in, but no, I haven't reached them quite yet.
Yeah, the trailer for it, I think it was during E3, caused quite a bit of an uproar because it had the sexy nuns in it, and they were pretty featured. I mean, right now, a lot of game culture is dealing with like women in
sexy
games and
nuns?
stuff like that. Well,
Yes, every game is dealing with sexy nuns.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic.
so
And like the one quote, they're nuns. They don't want none. They don't get none.
Yes.
But all in all, I like the way the story is shot. I like the graphics.
mhm.
I'm playing it on the PS3 system.
PS3.
So far haven't.
I actually have nothing against the PS3.
Yeah.
I've also I've been playing Halo 4 on the Xbox system, obviously because
Because it's exclusive.
exactly. But I always went through the game. You know, I went through the campaign or whatever.
And then played multi?
No. Well, even like on multiplayer, like I've gone through the game only. I was never like a really big online guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, to get
Because you don't want 12-year-olds poning you.
yeah,
And then
probably-
talking about raping you
Yeah.
and the whole time calling you the N-word. Like, it's horrible. It just makes you want to cry until you
Well,
realize they're
it's-
12, and then you're like, I'm just gonna fucking slap you.
Well, I don't have the headset.
Oh.
So,
So it
yeah.
comes through your
And-
speakers.
and I'm kind of glad for that sometimes, but I have been my brother came over like a couple weeks ago, and he's kind of one of those it's the big war game, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You
The
know,
latest one is Black Ops 2.
Yeah, he goes online with those, and so he was like, let's just do a couple, and I actually had quite a bit of fun when I didn't care how many times I got killed or like anything like that, but it was fun to just get into a game and like run around and, shoot people.
And frag people.
Yeah.
What does frag stand for? Anyone know?
I do not.
Fragmentation?
Yeah, I think it's
It's a short man.
no. I think like when shells like blow apart.
Oh, you're probably right, because they fragmentate.
Yeah, exactly.
Fragmentate?
Or fragments of
Fragment.
the casing that the bomb was in.
Hand grenade.
Are you really looking at hand grenades right now?
Well, it apparently the definition is hand grenade. But,
Yeah, 'cause like a
but
hand
yeah, it
grenade-
looks like it means fragmentation.
That's why
Huh.
it's like
fragmentation grenade.
that's why a grenade is like all squared. It's because when it blows apart, those squares are what like do all the damage.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I'm gonna go out there
The
on a
more
limb.
you know.
Do. I like how we added it.
I like how Jon
Oh.
Stewart did that last.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like,
That's just
I
science.
know
I
what
caught
that
that.
is. All right, so that's cool. I'm gonna
Yeah, more later when I get further into the game.
in the game. I watched my girlfriend play some Star Wars Force Unleashed last night.
Oh, really?
Yesterday. Yeah,
On the regular Xbox or
on the
is it-
360.
Yeah.
Was it originally on the?
It came out both for PS3 and 360.
Well, no, but I mean,
it was also
is-
on the Wii.
I was thinking more of the Kinect.
That new
no.
one, the Kinect
Yeah,
Star
no.
Wars.
This is old. This is
Oh, okay.
this is the it's the older game she's playing, and I mean I was playing the FTL the whole time, so I was kind of paying attention. But it was fun to watch her play. She likes games, but she's not into games as much as we are. So she hasn't built up the same skill sets.
Mm.
There is definitely parts of me going like, you just need to go forward. but I don't do that because I understand, like, you don't play as often as I do. I play all the time. I know these controls. I know them like me. I was gonna say penis, but I decided not to.
I know him like the palm of my hand.
I know. I was gonna say I know it like my penis. I can play it all day long. I can't do that.
I got too much stuff to do.
Yeah, I would. Don't get me wrong. I would masturbate all day, every day, but I have things I have to do, like take out the trash. It turns out that that's kind of important.
I have to go out in public.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why that would stop you.
Modesty, really. I don't want every guy.
I drive a stick shift.
Yeah, I drive a stick shift, and I don't want every guy jealous and every woman want me. You know, you can only have so many women suck your dick before you decide that. No, you know what? You know, you can have every woman suck your dick, and you still want
problems.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think.
I'm like, I stopped. I was like,
I don't
no.
think there's a quotient or.
Yeah, there's not an actual amount.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, so we're going to move on to what do you guys want to do? TV, what's news or fighting words? What do you want to do next? I'm letting you guys decide.
Well,
with me.
I'd like to talk about what's news because the J.J. Abrams thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. All right, so that's what we'll do. So we'll talk about that. First, I want to bring up a little interlude, musical interlude, where we get to dance.
All right.
I don't know why we have this segment.
And for the people who are at the video, they can see us dance horribly and me dance horribly. And anyone who's on the audio can just dance.
Tequila.
All right.
That's not tequila.
I just no, it's not. But
it's
fits.
always nice. It's always fun to say
It
tequila.
fits.
It's
I really need to learn the line that he says afterwards. So as you can see, that's a great ringtone. It's something along those lines, isn't it? When they're selling cell phones on extras.
Yeah.
it's my mom.
Yeah,
She's sick.
She's sick.
Oh, mister.
Oh man, that show was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Have you seen Idiot Abroad? Oh no, I'll talk about it with TV.
I haven't.
All right, so what's news? I wanted to bring up China and its smog issue, and I believe in Beijing. They talked about it on the Daily Show, but it's crazy. Like we kind of forget that there's some places that have some really fucked up shit.
Well, is it from vehicles or is it from factories?
I think it's all of the above.
Cash, at one point, there was a fire in a factory that they did not know about for 3 hours because because it just mixed in with all the smog.
Oh man! Well, because I was gonna say if it's traffic,
3 hours.
Because every time you see pictures of China and stuff, they're always like they always show them smashing people into trains and subways and stuff, pushing them in.
Japan. That happens in Japan.
Oh, okay. All right. How do you know it doesn't happen in China?
Well, it might. I don't know. I know it happens in Japan, and they do that on purpose because they get so crowded and everyone needs to go.
Well, I know, but what I'm saying is, if that many people are taking public transit, how can there be that much smog from cars? I mean, what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
how many people can live on one continent before the whole thing just sinks into the ground?
Turns out a
or
lot,
into the water, I guess.
Right.
Not into the ground.
Yeah. So they have this huge issue now with smog in Beijing, and I don't know if they necessarily have this issue elsewhere, but I'm sure a lot of it is cars that are just horrendously old. What is it? Someone said
probably don't have the regulations to.
Yeah.
I guess they have some regulations in place. But I mean, yeah, obviously they're nowhere near as to ours or a lot of the world's. But I do believe they've talked about doing that. Yeah, like it's crazy to me to see the pictures. You can barely see in front of you.
Well, where do you even are there car dealerships in China?
I think there's a lot of stuff in China.
How it works.
I'm figuring that there's car dealerships in China.
Like,
I'm gonna guess.
Like my understanding.
If I had to roll the dice,
yeah, I'm gonna go. Good guess.
My understanding of how like China works and like being communist but opening up to Western ideas a bit is about equivalent to me being like 12 years old and understanding how the female body works. I mean that's the level of understanding.
Man, can you remember when you were 12 and all you really wanted was to see a vagina? Not even vagina, boobs. Like,
yeah,
I'm 30.
And you would have no idea what it looked like too.
I'm still trying to figure out how the female body works.
I'm just saying, it's like.
Well, I'm not saying that I understand now. I'm just saying I understand it better now.
Yeah, all I'm saying is
at least you know you don't know.
Yeah. All I know is at 12, I would have given a lot to see those things.
See, and that
just
goes
see.
again with you're talking about when we were 12 as opposed to like 12-year-olds today.
Yeah.
Like they're I mean, at any instance at any time of the day with a couple clicks of a mouse, you can find some shit you shouldn't find.
I would have killed for the internet.
He would have killed. Joe would have went on a killing spree. He would have been the biggest.
Literally, I mean it quite literally. I would have murdered
everyone. I would have murdered every woman just to see some porn.
If you had to wait. Women. You had to wait till after 10 and watch Cinemax. On Friday and Saturday.
I didn't even have cable.
And
no, there was
the only way. My grandparents had it. We didn't even have it.
In my opinion, there was nothing.
Luckily, your grandparents go to bed at like 7 too.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. What I loved was I loved scrambled porn because every once in a while you'd be like, I think that's vagina. I think. And I mean, in hindsight, I could have been jerking off to gay porn. I don't know. I just know I heard.
I don't think they had gay porn then.
Yeah. But they had threesomes.
They always had. Oh, not on TV.
On TV.
Probably.
No, yeah. It was the.
Well, see, back then too, you could see full frontal because it didn't matter because there was nobody trimmed. Anything, so you can
right.
All you're seeing is carpet.
But they still didn't show penetration or anything.
No,
like that.
none of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
Well, they still don't on. At least to my understanding.
On Skinemax?
It's all privacy pouches and stuff.
Yeah. Oh God, Skinemax is crazy, dude. It's and I mean in what they won't show.
This took an interesting turn.
Yeah. Yeah, so lots of smog in China. Just want to let everyone know. Remember when you go outside
in China, you can walk around naked.
I just realized that I was the one who took it here. That's an interesting twist.
Yeah. So remember, people, you can breathe. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Because you can't in China.
For the most part.
I want to talk real quick about the football dude who I guess won the
football.
Yeah.
Tagliasopo.
Tagliasopo.
Well, Matt Tateo is
yeah.
the one that was that had
the fake girlfriend.
That had the girlfriend that didn't exist.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear this part exactly how Tagliasopo
I say we should just make stuff up
in,
about him.
But I guess he's the one. Tagliasopo called Matt Tateo and pretended to be the girlfriend. Something like that. So somehow or another, his name got dropped in as the ultimate prankster.
Yeah, that the Daily Show keeps going about.
I'm not sure why we brought this up because I don't think any of us actually know.
No, I just it was in the news. It was in it's what is news. It's in the news.
I guess it's the cause of the week.
So if an NFL football player fucking with a college football player and the girl that doesn't exist interests you, go read about it.
Yeah, go read about it because otherwise, hockey's back. Hockey!
Good luck with figuring out how to spell Tagliasopo.
Yeah,
if you don't know how.
I just want to let you know hockey
is back.
Fuck yes.
Yes, the
we've got a sports section.
So the
this is the whole Joe because you're not into sports.
The LA Kings win the cup and break the NHL. Is what happened.
That's exactly what happened. Fucking Kings.
So they're coming back to win another one.
Ducks fans for life. I was there when they won the Stanley Cup. Just want to say.
The Ducks.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have ice hockey on the NES, and it was an awesome game.
Nice.
Joe, like the most sports, the biggest I ever get into sports is ice hockey.
I made all of my team members fat people. So that in that game, if the fat people could bump up against other players and just make them bounce away.
Nice.
So
it's called a check.
But like they'd go flying away.
That is called a check.
Yeah, it doesn't happen
when you hit somebody in
it's
hockey.
It's called a check. The check.
Check.
Yeah. So hockey's back. I need to go hockey. Check. I just want to say that. All right. We wanted to talk about J.J. Abrams.
Yes.
Jabrams.
So
that's not.
Star Wars, the franchise, was just bought.
But it was
a few months ago now.
Lucas was bought by Disney,
Disney,
which included
which included Star Wars, and they said at that time that they were they're definitely their plans in the immediate future is 3 movies.
Yeah,
and then they want to release movies after that using offshoot characters and stuff like that. Different storylines.
They said they wanted a movie a year, right?
Yes.
Something like that?
After the 3, they would like to do a movie a year. And so now just recently, they have announced who they want handling all the Star Wars, which would be J.J. Abrams.
So he's not necessarily directing. He's just the overseeing person.
Well, everything I've been seeing was saying directing.
I think directing, but he has I think he has producing power.
Yeah.
Like if he's not a producer, an executive producer, which I'm sure he probably will end up being. But he's directing, but he also has just a lot of power, which I say, let him have it.
Yeah.
What I mean.
See, I'm gonna go off on a limb. I don't want him to have it.
What?
Yeah, I don't want him to have it.
What problem?
You're not that off on a limb because there's a lot of people who don't want him to have it. Also,
And
I'm not one of them.
Don't get me wrong. I love J.J. Abrams. I just I feel
you just
that
don't want lens flare.
I don't want lens flare everywhere. God, and I really thought there wasn't in the. Was it with you when we were watching the Star Trek? The Star Trek Into Darkness, and I was like, "Holy shit, there's no lens flare!" And then watched it again, and oh no, it was with Brandon.
Nah,
it was with Brandon. And I was like, "Holy fuck, there's no lens flare!" And they're like, "Oh nope, there it is."
That was which one?
Star Trek Into Darkness is the one coming out.
The trailer for the next Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love Star Trek, and I.
What is lens flare?
Lens flare? It's
just
it's where
lens flare on the.
It's hard to it's hard to describe without. You'll know when you see it.
Yeah. When you can't see something because there's a white spot on the screen, that's the lens flare.
Yeah. Okay. It's all over in Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's
and Super 8.
Everywhere. And Super 8, yeah. See, I really loved Super 8.
Super 8 was good.
I loved, J.J. Abrams did Fringe. I love Fringe. I love the stuff he does. I really feel like he's doing so much. And if he's producing, if he's one of the producers, I'm all for it. Done. Totally cool. Because he's going to put the right people in place. But directing-wise, I kind of go you're going to,
Well, I gotta say,
I wanted something different. I'm like, I love Star Trek, but I don't want you making Star Wars look like Star Trek. And
other than the lens flare, which I think that is part of his contract.
Yeah, it has to be in there. You must have at least one flare every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Other than the lens flare,
but it's all black.
I don't know.
I don't care. Make it happen.
I think he has a pretty good chance of not making it look like. I mean, I think that that part of his incentive would be to not recreate Star Trek with Star Wars.
No. I'm just saying is inherently because of who he is and how he does stuff, it potentially is going to be could have that feel. And I kind of want someone else to do it. And I feel like he's rebooted Star Trek and did a great job on it. And can he properly reboot Star Wars as well? And I just don't. I don't know.
Well, first of all, I'm hoping that it's a reboot. I'm doubting it's going to be. I think it's going to be a.
And this why do you bring in J.J. Abrams if he's not partially rebooting? At least even if nothing else, then in look.
Yeah, right.
And that's what I mean. Like he's going to bring in a look, and it's going to be a J.J. Abrams look, which is going to look good. But I just kind of feel like there's other choices that could have been made.
Now these might be famous last words, but no matter what happens, it can't be any worse than Episode 1.
See, you say that.
I don't know.
You say that.
I'd probably agree with that statement. There's not a lot of movies that are worse than Episode 1.
See, I don't have an issue with Episode 1 because I understand that it's setting everything up.
Did you watch Episode 1? How could you? You're saying you don't have one issue
at the same time.
Not one.
Hey, let me speak. I'll mute you. No, actually, I probably would never mute Cash. It's more of that I haven't watched it.
Cut off the cash flow.
Yeah. Oh God. God. Where file?
That's petty Cash.
Yeah. Oh Jesus Christ! It's everywhere. Everywhere. Where's my? No, I don't have it. There's no booze.
Let Cash work for you. or you work for Cash.
All right. So my whole thing is I have not seen Episode 1 for quite a while. So I might if I watch
just
it.
Glorify everything.
No, it's just I didn't think it was horror. I didn't think it was good. Like for a Star Wars, I just didn't think it was was.
Well, that's
as
what
bad
we're
as-
saying. We're saying it's not good.
Yeah, I didn't think it was good for a movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everyone goes like, it's a horrible movie. I'm like, it was fine. I didn't have any issue. I didn't have an issue with it on that level.
I could see
Everyone
what they
just
were.
compares it to all the other Star Wars. I'm like, yeah, compared to all the other Star Wars, it's horrible. But if you just go like it, as a movie, it's fine. It's
I don't know.
just
I would say
2.5
that's a
stars.
subpar movie still.
See,
2.5 stars.
See, I now with what
Out of 5.
now with what you just said, if that was just a standalone movie, and like Star Wars had never existed, and that like movie was just like maybe the first one in like of the series, then it would be a fucking terrible movie, not just a terrible movie.
I'm still saying that you guys are biased.
Because
At the
no,
same-
this is my thing. Okay,
Hold
like
on.
I can understand what they were trying to do in giving you where Darth Vader came from and this little kid, you know. But I'm sorry, the little kid was uninteresting.
Yeah, bad acting.
Jar Jar Binks was probably the worst character ever invented. I mean, he was just annoying. Like, and if you're trying to get the young people into it, like he basically, essentially, he was baby talking.
Yeah, but from
know?
what I understand, the kids did like him. We didn't.
Kids are stupid.
Yeah, and like kids aren't spending the money. You know, like who cares if the kids like him? They're like they'll buy a couple like action figures, but by the second movie, you weren't selling any Jar Jar Binks action figures.
Well, no, because everyone else had a problem with Jar Jar Binks. Not to say that he wasn't annoying. It's just it's like George Lucas says that in the beginning, everyone who was a little older, like with the beginning of Star Wars, who then saw Return of the Jedi, hated the
Ewoks.
The Ewoks, but the kids loved them. I loved them to the point of where they made other movies with Ewoks, just with Ewoks,
That
and
nobody
so.
watched.
What are you talking about? I fucking
and
loved it.
where's the Jar Jar Binks spinoff? Nowhere.
Yeah, because
Because you know what? The guy who voiced Jar Jar Binks shot himself.
he did not.
Okay, he should have.
I
Should have for saying yes. As soon as he saw the final print, should have been like, "What did I do?"
Yeah. Wow, being really harsh. At the same time, I've not watched it in quite a while. So my remembrance is that I was disappointed, but not. I didn't think it was horrible. Where everyone else was their expectations were so high that it was.
I mean, I have
bound
seen
to
it
be.
again a couple of times, and every time I see it, I think I dislike it more. Because when I first saw it, I was actually kind of mildly positive about it, but I think that part of it was just I was just so excited to see another Star Wars.
Yeah,
again.
you were. I mean, you got goosebumps when you first saw the Lucas film in green,
and
like,
lightsabers come out,
and you hear
Qui-Gon
that music.
sticking his lightsaber in the door.
Yeah.
that was actually kind of awesome.
You know, you hear the music.
Darth Maul wasn't so bad.
Yeah, that was a good character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at the same time, like Joe's brought up, like the pod race scene is like 15 minutes.
It's ridiculously
but
long.
I don't remember it being that long.
Well,
So
Tatooine is kind of it's kind of its own movie altogether. Like they spend
Yeah,
a long
that
time
time,
on there.
there is a lot of racist shit in there, but
Oh yeah.
it's a whole nother ball game. I don't know what's up with that and stereotypical racist shit. So yeah, my whole point is, love you, JJ, but come on, seriously, let someone else have a crack. That's what I'm saying. Dropping it.
Enough said.
And I say, make it so.
Coming from the guy who disliked Star Trek because he felt that
I
it
didn't
wasn't
dislike
being-
Star Trek. I had a couple of issues with it. This is like the polar opposite of Episode 1 Star Wars, where I have a lot of issues with Episode 1, whereas Star Trek I have like 2 or 3 issues with it. Still a great movie. Wish that these issues weren't there. So,
Gotcha.
2 stupid TH words.
We're going to go into now.
Darkness.
What did you say?
Into darkness.
Into darkness. No colon.
Ew.
There wouldn't be.
Yeah, there's no colon. No colon in Star Trek.
You're
Into
the
Darkness.
only person who has an issue with this.
No, it's not an issue. Actually, it's another show that I
Well,
watched.
if there was a colon, it'd be like a whole different Into Darkness.
Yes. It's
Be a whole other movie.
That's why they got rid of it. They didn't put
yeah.
it
It's
Star Trek
it's
Into the Darkness.
it's
of
not-
a colon.
it's not me. It's I guess there's been there's a little bit of an uproar that it's not a colon, like to like Trekkies, and that's really why I do it. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I just find it funny that people have an issue with the fact that there's no colon, because I pretty much the whole idea is that JJ isn't doing it in like, oh, this is Star Trek 1, 2, 3. It's each one can kind of stand on.
I think it makes more sense.
Yeah, which I like. I
'Cause
like that
it
Star
brings
Trek
sort
Into
of like the
Darkness.
episodic nature of Star Trek.
Yeah. But we're gonna move on to.
Oh, to tie. These be fighting words, laddie.
Yes, that's right. Fighting words. Cash. I'm going to let you go first.
All right, I'll go first.
Do you remember what
I'm gonna
your
allow
fighting words are?
Yeah, I do.
Good.
Because this has bothered me for quite some time now. And it's AMPM and their convenience fee for ATM. Now, not only do they force you to use your ATM, like they don't take any
No credit.
no credit, not even at the gas pumps. And there's actually a few gas pumps where you can't even pay cash outside.
Really?
So if you're pressed for time, like it's
always broken.
and you
One
have
of them's always
you have like a 10 or a 20, you have to go inside, and use it. But everybody, every convenience store, liquor store, and gas station these days, aside from AMPM, does both and does not have a 35-cent transaction fee or convenience fee, whatever the fuck they want to call it.
Yeah.
It's in this day and age when I guarantee, I don't know the exact number, but I'm going to put it at the upper 90% of drivers, of people that are going to these places, do not carry cash. They have, and this coming from a guy named Cash. Okay?
I always have cash unless I don't.
Exactly, but everybody carries a card, and everybody, for the most part, you use debit. And obviously they know. I mean, that's why they're doing it, just to make that extra 35 cents off of the few 100,000 people that come into their place. They're raking it in on the 35 cents, and they're the only ones.
Now,
and they purposely have the cheapest gas too, because
here's the thing.
we make it up on the fucking 35 cents.
You know what?
And wait, one more fucking thing too about AMPM. This fucking pisses me off too. Is they have car washes at some of them. Okay, some of the AMPMs have car washes.
Don't tell me. Don't
but
tell
they
me.
all
Those
say.
So they put a price out front that's like this much, right? So like, okay, so I go pulling in and I go to pump my gas. What? How come it's like 20 cents more a gallon than what the fucking sign says? Oh, that's if you get a car wash. And it's real small at the bottom, like, with a car wash, these are the prices.
Oh, wait.
Fucks.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
spending 20 extra cents that I didn't even know I was going to spend when I came whipping in here,
So wait, you're saying the ones with car washes advertise the car wash price and not the actual price?
Yeah, well, out on the street. They'll have like that price on the street, and then you go in, and then on the machine they'll have like the regular prices in the thing. But and then it'll say somewhere on the sign, and I didn't see it until I came out.
That's some
That's
shit.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's some fucking bullshit.
No, see-
AMPM is fucking people.
But-
And the other thing I think
Wow.
is that like I put my gas in. The other things that never work is when you pull the handle and you clamp it. And it's supposed to keep your gas going until those things never fucking work. And I think what that is when you prepay, they're hoping that you just are pumping gas and you don't think about it. It goes off and you put it back. So you paid for 20, but it shut off at 13, and I never checked it again. Boom, they have the gas and your money.
Did Arco
They're
kill your parents?
Fucking fucks. Okay?
Sons of bitches.
Now, in their defense, they did lower it from 45 cents to 35 cents.
Yeah.
All
Some
right,
defense.
All right. So I wanna piggyback on this. One, I know that Chevron, the way Chevron does it is whatever they advertise is the price, and then when you get there, they tell you. They straight up say, they go, if you get a
Car wash.
there's something going on with my headphones. Sorry. If you get a car wash, they will take off 10 cents a gallon. So they do the exact opposite of Arco.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, and then too, Chevron's one of the highest, Chevron freaking.
So my favorite,
but they got Techron.
yeah, and the
Claymation
cars from Wallace and Gromit. So my favorite part though about Arco is when people go like, well, I'm just gonna go to Arco. I'm like, it's like 2 cents cheaper than Chevron. They're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, but you know, it's 2 cents cheaper. I'm like, you're spending more money for that with that fucking tax.
Well, yeah,
they give you.
You're spending 35 extra cents.
Yeah.
Already, so
save 2 cents a gallon.
So 2 cents out of 35. Ooh, math. 17. So
you have to get 17 gallons.
Yeah.
So like my car,
17 gallons
not gonna.
to, like,
You're spending more money. Yeah. I agree. Fuck Arco. And well, not Arco's fine. There are Arco stations that aren't. No, it's all Arcos, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck Arco.
Arco's all AM PM.
Yeah.
Fuck them. It used to be
Arco.
mobile too. I don't know.
No.
See, down at the bottom of the boulevard here in town, Mobile's right across the street, and they're like almost the same price all the time.
Well, and here's the thing: is Chevron. Chevron's usually around. Chevron's usually either the same price as Mobile or about 2 cents more.
See, but they don't have the hot food selection. They don't have the jalapeno cheddar corn
You're
dogs
right. That's
and
the
the
whole
rib sandwiches.
That's what brings you back to AM.
That's what
AM.
you go for. That's why you go to AMPM.
But
see, that's
still alive.
But see, though, that's the problem, Cash. I go into AMPM and I want something, and I go like, oh, credit. I'm like, oh, I can't do credit. I'm like, oh, so I got to do fucking debit. And then get charged 35 cents. I'm right with you.
And that's
now.
And that's the other thing too. Is sometimes you get to the end of the week, you need that credit. You know, you need gas, but you have to wait a day before you replenish the funds. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, come on. Especially in this economy, you need to change your fucking ways.
Start taking credit. God damn it!
You're fucking. You're in the 20th century mentality, man. You got to come up. You got to join us all in the 21st.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Bullshit. All right. I agree with you, Cash. I'm right with you.
I agree, too.
I agree.
I don't know if they quite murder people like it sounded, but it's close.
There's something going on.
I mean, there's definitely rape going on. It's not murder.
Definitely rape going on.
There's thievery as well.
Yeah.
Some arson.
Joe.
Yeah?
Joe, what's yours?
So last night I was bored, and I stumbled across...
teen porn.
Yeah.
Teen porn.
No.
Oh,
Let us not go there.
God, you're a pedophile? I'm so
you were stalking teens.
I'm so disappointed in you, Joe.
Well, I live to disappoint. However, on that note, I did find some posts from, I guess, teenagers on Facebook, and just the stupid things that they are willing to put out there.
Yeah, I don't think they fully...
That is not porn.
I don't think they fully understand that is never going away. Like,
well,
we lived in an era where the stupid things that we said stayed in the past.
Well, because they only hit like a handful of ears.
Yeah,
if
you
say something stupid, it's just your group of friends.
Yeah, if you moved to another city or whatever, it left. It never came back.
Yeah, you could send a letter.
Yeah. Oh God, letters. Remember those?
Yeah.
Only letters I get now are bills.
I tell you. Yeah, I don't know. I sometimes think, how the fuck did we communicate when we were?
I have no idea. Like,
yeah,
calling somebody on the phone.
Okay, this is how I remember
the
it.
The landline.
This is how I remember it. I was just telling it to my girlfriend the other day. I was like, man, I remember when we used to drive around and didn't have cell phones.
Yeah,
you used to have change. You would be given by your parents change
that never happened to me.
In case you needed to get to a payphone, and there was payphones.
I had the prepaid calling cards.
Oh yeah, no. Eventually, I had that. Yeah,
I had some of those.
Eventually, but otherwise, like if you didn't have that, they would give you 50 cents, and then you go to like the 7-Eleven and you'd be like, should I get some gum?
Yeah,
or maybe have a way to call my parents.
And then there was the evolution of like first there was the pager. So like somebody could get a hold of you, but then you had to find a phone.
Oh God!
Like, try to find some way to call them back.
Yeah, that was, and then this is invariably what happened because
I just was seeing what you were up to, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So then your friends would then say, "All right,
They always put 911.
Yeah, put
No
911
matter what the fuck it was all about, it was 911.
If I need to call right away, 911. So you'd text them and you'd page them. You'd page them with your number, and so I would have to remember people's numbers as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah, you'd remember that.
Dark Ages.
Yeah, God, they remember the number, and then if it was a number they didn't remember, if they was like, oh, I don't know who the fuck that is, they would still call.
Yeah,
you'd still call, and you'd be like, who is this?
That was the wrong one. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
yeah, and then they came out with the freaking the phones that were, about a foot and a half long.
I had a Qualcomm
that came with a battery, like it hooked up to like the battery and stuff, and yeah, there was no texting. It was like a straight call, and it was like $6 a minute to and there was long distance charges and the whole nine.
I remember what you used to do, like if you made plans at school to do stuff afterwards, and you would meet up.
Yeah.
And you'd stay home or you'd go out, and the whole thing is like we would drive around. You'd be like, oh, what's going on? Well, let's go drive here.
Yeah,
let's go drive here.
Let's go see if anything's happening over here.
Yeah, you would like how much gas we fucking wasted.
Well, yeah, but it didn't matter because it was seriously like $1 something.
It was
$1.
$1.05. It didn't fucking matter. You could do whatever you wanted.
Sometimes even under $1.
Yeah, like $20 used to fill the tank.
When I had my Del Sol,
in my day,
when I had a tiny little car, I could
drive for a week on $10.
Yeah. So kids nowadays, they just don't. They don't get it. They don't understand. They don't understand.
I took one George Washington commemorative gold coin.
Although at the same time, we didn't have it the way that our parents had it. Although ours was very close to the way our parents were.
We never used condoms.
Yes, yeah. Well, we all wanted syphilis. That's the one STD that if someone said you must have an STD, that's the one I'm choosing.
You wouldn't choose one that like you can just get rid of with some antibiotics.
You want the one with the most syllables?
Syphilis.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, you can with syphilis.
I'm not up on that
because it goes in stages. 1, 2.
That's the one I'd want.
Yeah, syphilis, please.
When you're picking out your STDs,
yes,
remember.
It's because it goes in stages. Lots of really famous, awesome people have had it. So that's 2. So you're in a good group of people.
Good fraternity.
Yes, a lot of famous people have also overdosed on heroin.
Which means that at some point you should try it.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. 3.
Chris Goldie, worst role model.
That's me. The third part is that at the end, it did one of 2 things in the end of its life cycle with syphilis. Is it either made you completely sterile and then killed you, or made you crazy. So it's like at the end of everything, you either died or went bonkers from syphilis. To me, which means like, yeah, that's kind of fun.
Well, if you're crazy, you usually don't know it. You're not really self-aware, so
true.
And that wouldn't ruin your demeanor at all.
So Joe, what are some of these things that people have written? I know you picked a few. We got a little off topic with the whole kids in these days.
All right, let's.
This will never happen with Jordan. He's too young.
Kids today.
Maybe with Carlos. Posting everything on Facebook. What's the issue? Just spit it out.
So yeah, I mean, I don't have any of these.
You said something earlier about he wrote an essay.
Oh, he wrote a poem. He wrote a poem, or like one person wrote a poem about 9/11, and he said that it was inspired by Mein Kampf. Yeah, Mein Kampf. So yeah,
still drawing inspiration.
Yeah. He says, pretty cool book, history right there. And whenever,
what? Whoa.
Hey, wait. Let me finish this because it gets worse. History right there. And whenever I'm feeling alone like today, this book takes my mind off the horrible night. And I'm in a new world. Best $30 I spent.
He's talking about
Mein
Mein
Kampf.
Kampf.
Yeah.
He's
Are
talking
you
about the
fucking
book written
kidding
by
me?
Adolf Hitler.
Yep.
Is what brings him out of his dark place.
Yeah.
What the fuck is his dark place?
Yeah, that's got to be one fucking dark place.
Holy shit!
Oh, the only thing that can make me feel better is
killing a lot of Jews.
Hearing about some Jew hate, man.
and taking over the world.
Yeah.
Holy
If I don't hear about some genocide right now, I might just end it all, man.
Yeah. So
You know what? You know what I'm going to say? Kill yourself. I'm going to say next time you feel it,
somebody
kill
did tell
yourself.
him to kill himself.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Good.
You know,
See, and that's something for all these people like the school shooters, you know, who go in. They say a lot of these people, they're saying like it kind of for sensationalism and to be remembered, you know.
Right.
Do it like if you want to be remembered, do it completely opposite than all the people that did it before you.
Yeah.
So go in there in front of everybody and take yourself out first. Because nobody's done that yet.
You know what I say? I say go even bigger than that. I say
or just not try to kill people.
No, what I say is if you really want to be known, hang yourself while jerking off from a bridge. You'll be known.
You got to put out a couple albums. Oh no, not from a bridge. That's the INXS Michael Hutchins. That's a joke.
Oh
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like you really want to be known, you want to be infamous, do something while jerking off and kill yourself. Like that'll get you famous. I feel
the point to take away, people, if you're going to do something, jerk off. And then you'll be known.
Then you'll be known
as the guy who did that while jerking off.
Yeah, exactly. See, start a world war while jerking off. Don't do that. Don't start World War, people. It's bad. It's all bad. Do you have any others? I can't.
Okay.
Love each other, but mostly love yourself.
Yeah. Most of them tend to be across the lines of like this one. Knowing I'm so depressed, you don't care. Do or say something to make me feel better. You're low. I mean, a lot of this is just kind of like, oh, woe is me.
Yeah.
The world doesn't like me.
Yeah, we had these as well. They were called journals and or diaries. And,
or in my case, a Zanga.
Or, but even then,
well, yeah, that's
we had aliases, and we wrote under the aliases a lot of times.
That's the thing, is like a diary, usually the majority of diaries that are sold have locks on them. Why?
Yes.
Because there are certain thoughts that are just for you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just yours.
You're a kid.
Cherish them.
You're figuring things out. I mean, I get that. Like, I was a kid too, and who knows? This kid might end up being not a bad person.
I'm gonna put money on you.
I'm gonna doubt that.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to connect the dots from the bunch of stuff that I found of his online. And what it seems to be is that, first of all, he is a huge geek.
All right.
Nerd geek. Well, in the stereotypical sense, not in the cool sense. Not in the cool sense.
So he's not a geek. He's a nerd. He has no social skills. Is what you're saying?
Okay. He's a nerd. He's a nerd, and because of that, he finds some sort of connection with Japan. And there's a couple of him saying how he wants to move to Japan, and he seems to have this expectation that he's going to be accepted once he moves to Japan, which good luck with that.
Not accepted. If anything, I mean, he'll be fawned over for quite a while for sheerly being white.
Yeah.
But I figure he's white. I actually
Asian.
don't know if he's white.
Yeah, he's white. Well, he could be Mexican. His last name. Well, I'm not going to say his last name, even though he's very easy to find on the internet.
Yeah, but don't.
I mean, I found him on the internet.
Yeah. It's just that's the problem. Is this stuff is out there forever now?
Yeah.
Like this podcast, forever am going to have to defend myself.
We're going to have to defend ourselves over episode 4.
Fuck AMPM. I'll say it again.
Yeah. No. I mean, but
I'll defend it.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. So kids nowadays.
So I mean,
don't. Just don't.
This is I don't know.
I want to say something too. Like with this kid, it sounds like you're probably right. He doesn't have a lot of friends. You know,
it gets better.
His home life has to be.
He's very sexually frustrated.
Yeah, we all were.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like a lot of us had the same pressures,
Yeah.
But
I mean,
what I was going to say is, more than likely, it sounds like his home life probably is not the best. He obviously doesn't have anybody kind of watching over his shoulder, for one.
Well, here's something he posted that's actually kind of funny. Apparently, his dad said, "Son, it's time for us to talk about sex," and his son says, "So what do you need to know?" There's actually like maybe 3 or 4 of the things that he says in here that are actually genuinely funny. I mean, it's like even a racist clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. I brought that up to my girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about stuff, and I brought up the whole Thor thing.
Wait, what? Even a racist clock
is right twice a day.
We heard it from the people who do the webcomic Penny Arcade, and they were talking about it in reference to one of the Asgard characters in Thor being black, and how at the time some racist people were like going, "But he's Norse. He's supposed to be white."
Why did they cast a black guy as a Norse god?
But like the guys at Penny Arcade were kind of like, well, I guess they might actually be right about it. I mean, even a racist clock is right twice a day.
Because I mean, not that I give a shit. I don't. I told it, but I mean, if you really want to really talk about it, I mean, Norse gods were all white, so he would be white. Yeah. At the same time, I think he did an excellent job.
Then you'd have to talk about everybody who walked around Jerusalem back in the day was not white.
Oh no, we brought up that as well. Yeah, that was brought up as well. But it's still yeah.
Although on a census, if you're from the Middle East, you do put down white. So
was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know if it's on the census, but in general, if there's not a Middle Eastern option, white includes the Middle East. Oh. So apparently white does not mean the color. It just means whoever we don't want to take data on.
All right, now we're to my fighting words.
Okay. I don't even know if I was
mislabeling. Well, you're mislabeling. I'm tired of this shit. Joe, hand me my corn nuts.
Don't eat them.
Fuck you. All right. So corn nuts. We got these corn nuts. We went to 7-Eleven before the recording, and I saw corn nuts. And for people on video, you can see the corn nuts. This podcast is not brought to you by Corn Nuts,
unless Corn Nuts wants to pay us money.
And then I love them every day of the week. And you're right, it is ultimate heat.
But for now,
fuck you. Fuck you for putting ultimate heat on your corn nuts. They're spicy. Yes, I'll give you that, Mr. Corn Nut.
They have spicy flavoring. I wouldn't even call it spicy.
Yeah,
but spicy.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you gotta get closer to the mic. I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all this mislabeling bullshit. Like, if you're gonna call something hot, like, it better be fucking hot.
And and especially when you throw in all the adjectives, extreme,
or like this,
loaded,
and
ultimate heat.
To reiterate the definition of ultimate, it means last, furthest, or farthest.
There is nothing beyond that, and I can guarantee you I can get by
a process or series.
Yeah, there's quite a few
maximum
shades.
Are you
of
actually
heat
looking up
after this ultimate heat?
Yeah, tons. And I'm tired of it everywhere. We were talking about it. Like, it's everywhere now. It's extreme blue.
Yeah, like extreme rush.
Yeah, it's like everything now is it's ultimate right off the bat. There is no like, it's kind of blue. You know what?
This shit's so hot.
You know what
it's what fucked up the East Coast.
Yeah. And then you try it and you're like, flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah, you should at least need a drink.
Yeah, exactly. To finish, something. You know what? If they made it, if they ever come out with one that says you need milk hot, and I don't need milk, suing those fuckers.
What they should do is they should all the tests should be on Like, go down to the immigration lines, grab, the and I am Mexican, so I can throw all this out there. But get a couple people that just came over and test it out on them, and if they think it's hot, you could label it hot.
Exactly.
If they're eating handfuls of them, and then
or Indians.
Yeah, or Indians. Yeah, or Thai.
Indians.
Yeah,
I guess they're Indians though, right?
Not the feather.
Well, no, they're Asians. Thai's Asian.
Yes, Thai would be.
Yeah,
Thailand.
so that, but because Cash, when I was talking about this before, you made a good point. I'm tired of all of this bullshit of where they're like, it's super sour. Like, this isn't sour. Like, I could go get a lemon. A lemon is sour than this. And there's no super lemon. It's just lemon.
Exactly. It needs to, we need to work out, we need to rein in our adjectives, people.
Yeah.
We're getting desensitized, as Joe put it, to
the modification of nouns.
Yeah, the endless stream of modifiers.
Yeah.
And here's the problem is it gets me every time. I go like, well, maybe it's really hot. I feel like having hot corn nuts, and then I eat it, and I'm disappointed every time.
Marketing works.
See, you know what? I will say,
I did want corn nuts though.
In this discussion, and they also are not sponsored by this podcast.
But if they want to,
when they came out with their flaming hot Cheetos,
those were fucking good though.
But those had spice to them, and then Takis had Fuego, which are also, they have some spice. There's like a moment where you need to pause, like.
But here's the difference.
That's warm.
Yeah, here's the difference. They're called flaming hot Cheetos. I can put my hand in a flame and not burn, not for very long, but I can. And the whole point is,
could you put fire on your tongue?
Yes, they've done it. Not to me personally, but people have done it. I could be tired.
Kids don't try that at all.
And it's the whole point is like, I feel that the flaming hot Cheetos is an is a proper description of the heat that comes from those Cheetos.
Yeah, I would say.
And I'm happy with it. Cheetos got it right. Cheetos, you can send the check to Chris Goldie. Like they need any help advertising flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah, no. It's like
kids love
like crack.
Yeah. God, I love those things.
I'm more on the Takis. I moved on.
Yeah, they're good too. They're very good. But yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people calling it fucking hot. Like I go to the restaurant and they go like, "Oh, it's hot." And I look at them and go like, "That's fine." And then I get it, I'm like, "This is spicy."
And also it doesn't stop at like convenience store products. They do the same thing at like your standard drive-thrus and such, like Taco Bell, like their hottest hot sauce. Oh, it's
Del Scorcho.
Yeah, Del Scorcho.
But it's not
Del Scorcho
scorching.
Doesn't do shit. Yeah,
it's not good. I mean, I like it.
But you can, in a blind taste test. I haven't done the scientific research, but I am not willing to. Not willing to. But if you put up all the, from mild to Del Scorcho, and just opened them and had somebody blindfolded dip a chip in each one, once they got past the medium, it would all taste the fucking same.
Yeah, well,
I mean, there might be a little more vinegar in this one, or a little more lime in that one.
But heat-wise, it's almost the same.
It's almost the same.
Now, granted, I do eat a lot of really hot stuff to the point of where I there's no heat to me in mild. At all. Like, I taste nothing, no heat. So part of it is that I did, as Joe said, break the warranty on my tongue. But that does not excuse using the use of these horrible adjectives, right? That's what they are, Joe, right? Adjectives?
Depends on context.
I don't
pretty
know.
much always adjectives.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Adjectives on these nouns.
And
they could be adverbs, but...
Because it's almost as though you're putting a warning, so like somebody doesn't grab the ultimate heat. But... I think a 3-year-old could have grabbed the
heat.
Yeah. I think anybody could have the whitest white no hot tongue guy could take those.
Yeah. So corn nuts. Go fuck yourself. Make it hotter, and also.
Really?
You had a mute button. You said you had a mute button. Okay, motherfucker.
I actually did that on purpose because I thought it was going to take as long for me to chew. Yeah.
You're just gonna let him slide down your throat hole?
Yeah. Keep talking. I'm not done yet.
That crunch brought to you by Chris Goldie.
Big crunch.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do the crunch and go like corn nuts. They're just so good. But it took way too long.
They're
That
good.
is-
They're not
yeah.
hot. but
There's
they're
not
good.
hot. I want to be hot.
Definitely hot.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely need a hot.
All right.
It's gotta be hot.
So that was our episode.
Cool.
Before we sign off, however I end this show, I forgot. Joe,
What's up?
where can people reach you? Find you?
Earth.
That's good. Good. More.
I'm on Twitter. I need to remember to use it. Joe the Man Rossi. One day I will change that name.
You're on Facebook, right?
Yeah,
People can friend you.
I guess.
Well, that's the only way you'll get more friends because you don't send out requests.
Yeah, I don't send out requests, but I also tend to not add people I don't know. So you might want to send a message along with that.
Yeah.
request.
So if you watch it, if you listen to the show and you want Joe to be your friend on Facebook,
Yeah.
send a note that says, "Hey,
hey,
I saw
I like
you.
your show.
I saw your
add
show.
me,
Yes.
please."
I'd like to be your friend.
Oh.
Seriously. So that's where you can find Joe.
Yeah,
Cash.
Joe Rossi.
Come on now.
Cash.
Joseph Rossi.
Well, first, if I could plug before you tell you where you can find me. Like I said, we are doing another murder mystery.
Yep.
It's
Where?
Valentine's Day. You can get it for $45. After that, it's $55.
Where?
It's going to be at the Fox Theater, the historical Fox Theater,
In?
at 123 Cajon, Redlands, 92373.
Redlands, California.
To get ticket, it's full meal. You get appetizer, salad, dinner, and dessert. Plus, you help us in this particular one. You help us figure out the ending. There's 5 possible endings, and the audience votes on which one they're going to see that night.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
that's a lot of fun. The show itself is a lot of fun. There's always a lot of interaction with the characters. They do the serving, and they're always during all the breaks they're in and out of the tables, and you get a lot of like contact. So it's a really fun night. Again, we open on Valentine's Day, and we have it on the 14th, 16th, I think the 22nd. These are all in February. Dates.
Of 2013.
Yeah, dates in February.
So if
coming up.
you're listening to this a year or two from now, you missed it.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
I really hope that we get this episode up before the 14th.
Yeah,
It should.
If you
I
don't,
think it does.
If you don't get that one, it's also on the 22nd, 23rd, and then March. I think
Okay.
there's some dates in March, and all this for tickets and any other information that I didn't cover well. If you have an iPhone, you can download the CNC Productions app.
You have an app?
You have an app?
Fucking ace,
Wow.
right there.
That's actually kind of impressive.
So yeah, so you can get the app, and the app will give you a link to tickets. You can find out what we're doing, find out more about the show. If you're interested in tickets, and the best and easiest way is to call our ticket box office.
And the number is?
The number is 909-225-3132.
So if you are in the Southern California area and you want to see a very good murder mystery show, go see CNC Productions. What's this one called?
This one is called You Know the Old Slaying.
God.
Yeah, it's a really good time. Really good to be back and putting these on again. It's always a lot of fun, no matter how much stress behind the scenes. The shows themselves are always a lot of fun, and everybody has a good time that comes out. And especially the one on Valentine's Day, gotta say that's the guys. You got girlfriends, it goes a long way. You really impress them with this one, taking them out for dinner and a show. I'm not saying it'll get you laid, but it'll get you laid. So yeah, and then I'm also on Twitter. I do a lot of looking. I don't do a lot of posting, but
that's how I am.
If I get more followers, I might say some shit, you know?
Yeah, if I had more followers, I'd probably do the same.
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't. I take it back.
If I had people that seemed like they wanted to hear me, hear what I have to say, then I would say more.
I'd be willing to hear what you have to say.
Okay, then start following me.
Okay.
Cash Morgan, I think it's Cash Morgan 007, but if you just look up Cash Morgan, it's a pretty non-common name, and you can find me usually that way.
Yeah.
I'm also on Facebook, Cash Morgan. You can find me that way. And I am the opposite of Joe.
You add everyone.
I only don't add the people I know. Like the people I know I don't want to be friends. Like if I haven't met you, I'll add you until you give me a reason to take you off.
Right.
But I have a few friends that are in the friend request that I haven't accepted because I know you and I know you don't. I know I don't want to be your friend. So if you've been on my ad for a while and I haven't accepted you, get the hint.
And you can find me at Chris on Twitter at Chris Golde, Golde. I am on Facebook as well, but I most likely probably won't add you unless you say that you're from that you heard it from the show. Maybe, I don't know. It depends. If I'm drunk, if I'm drunk, I'll add everyone.
You guys have an email for the show too, right?
Yes.
Like if people want to write in and have something they want you guys to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
Because that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It is. Yes. Thank you. I have it written down, Cash. I just want to let you know that just so that I wouldn't forget, I do have it written down.
Nice.
CJ Last Resort at Gmail.
I wrote it down wrong.
What did you put?
CJ Resort. But on the other page, I do have CJ Last Resort. So you can email us at cjlastresort@gmail.com. That I believe the CJ stands for Current Joseph. I tried to come up with another J, and
J words are. I've been playing a lot of Words with Friends with my girlfriend, and J words are really hard to think of.
So I'm gonna blame J words then.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Current Jabberwockies Last Resort, but it really stands for Chris Joe Last Resort at gmail.com. So CJ
Coherent
Last Resort.
Jabbling.
Oh, they see. Now they're all coming through.
Christ Javelin.
Oh my God, I want a Christ Javelin. All right. On that note,
conspiracy junkies.
We're done.
Right.
We're out.
We're out.
Is that how I end it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Bye. I never. Jazzy exit drogue.